Agriculture Paper 2. SECITONA 30 marks. Answer all the questions on this section in the spaces provided. 1. State 6 characteristics of a Grant breeding stock 3 marks. 2. State 4 reasons for maintaining farm tools and equipments 2 marks. 3. State 4 reasons why a calf should be fed on colostrums 2 marks. 5. Name 4 systems of poultry rearing. 6. State 3 advantages of contemporary comparison method of selecting breeding. 7. Give the meaning of the following terms as used in livestock breeding. A. Close breeding. 8. State 4 livestock rearing practices undertaken in a crush to control parasites and diseases 2 marks. 9. Name the dairy cattle breed that A. Produce the highest milk yield in kilograms 1/2 mark. B. Is fawn, brown colored with white color on the face, legs below knees and hocks, tail switch and flanks 1/2 mark. C. Is most suitable for marginal areas with poor pastures 1/2 mark. 10. Distinguish between each of the following breeding practices. A. Crutching and ringing 1 mark. B. Tapping and serving 1 mark. What is a predisposing factor of a disease? 1 mark. 12. State 4 candling qualities of good eggs for incubation 2 marks. 13. Apart from the roof, name 4 other parts of a building that can be constructed using wood 2 marks. 14. State 4 symptoms of internal parasite infestation in livestock 2 marks. 15. State the functional difference between a following. A. Cross-cut saw and rip saw 1 mark. B. Wood chisel and cold chisel 1 mark. 16. Give the meaning of the following terms as used in livestock health. A. Predisposing factor 1 mark. B. Incubation period 1 mark. SECITONB 20 marks. Answer all the equations in this section on the spaces provided. 17. The diagram below shows a livestock parasite. A. Identify the parasite 1 mark. B. Explain how the parasite is passed from I. Livestock to human beings 1 mark. B. Human beings to livestock 1 mark. C. Explain 2 control measures for the parasite in a zero grazing unit 2 marks. 18. The diagram below illustrates a tractor-drawn implement. A. Identify the implement 1 mark. B. Name the part labeled 2 1 mark. J 1 mark. C. State 1 function of the part labeled K 1 mark. D. Explain why the implement is suitable for plowing areas with hidden stones 1 mark. 19. A farmer is required to prepare 200 kilograms of dairy meal containing 18% digestible crude protein (DCP). Using the Pearson's square method, calculate the quantity of sunflower seed cake 34% DCP and maize germ 7% DCP the farmer requires for the dairy meal 5 marks. 20. The diagram below represents a practice of identifying livestock on a farm. Identify the practice 1 mark. B. Determine the number that identifies the animal represented by the illustration 1 mark. C. Draw a diagram of the animal identified by the number 148 on the farm 1 mark. D. Draw 2 reasons why this method of identification is discouraged in livestock rearing 2 marks. Section C. 40 marks. Answer any 2 questions from this section in the spaces provided after question 23. 21A. Describe how natural incubation is set up and managed 8 marks. B. Describe the management of grower-sin poultry rearing 5 marks. C. Describe 7 possible sources of power on a farm 7 marks. 22A. Describe pneumonia disease under the following subheadings. Causal organism 1 mark. Animals affected 2 marks. Predisposing factors 2 marks. Symptoms 5 marks. Control measures 3 marks. Explain 7 housing requirements for a calf 7 marks. 23. State 5 signs of heat in cattle 5 marks. B. State 5 advantages a spray race has over a plunge dip. 5 marks. C. Give 5 reasons for maintaining livestock healthy. 5 marks. D. Explain 5 factors that determine the amount of food eaten by a livestock animal. 5 marks. Agriculture marking scheme. 1. Healthy. Prophesies. High performer, yielder. Free from physical deformities. Fertile. Proper body conformation. Adapted to local conditions. Good mothering ability. 2. Sire efficiency. Make them durable. Reduce replacement cost. Avoid injury to the user. 3. Highly digestible. Highly nutritious. Contains antibodies which boost immunity. Has laxative effect. Highly palatable. 4. Stabilize the bank. Attract insects which lay eggs that hatch into larvae for fish food. Reduce maintenance cost. 5. Free range extensive. Deep litter, intensive. Fold arc, semi-intensive. Battery cage, intensive. 6. It is possible to compare animals of different age groups. Eliminates difference due to environmental factors. It is possible to compare bulls of different artificial insemination centers. It is accurate. 7a. Close breeding of closely related animals. B. Line breeding, mating of distantly related animals that share a common ancestry. C. Chut crossing, mating of unrelated animals within the same breed. D. Cross breeding, mating of 2 animals of different breeds. 8. Vaccination. Deworming. Hoof trimming. Spraying. Dehorning. Treatment, injection, drenching. Hand dressing. 9a. Fresian, holster. B. Guernsey. C. Jersey. 10a. Crutching. Cutting of wool around the external reproductive organ of a female sheep to facilitate mating, while ringing, trimming of wool around the sheath of the penis in rams to facilitate mating. B. Tipping, act of mating in goats or sheep. Serving, act of mating in cattle and pigs. 11. Conditions which lead to the animal contracting a disease. 12. Fertile, has germinal disc, black spot. Free from blood spots. Large air space. Free of hair cracks. Free of excessively porous shell. 13. Floor. Ceiling. Door. Windows. Walls. 14. Starring coat. Coughing. Eggs and parasites seen in feces. General emaciation. Diarrhea. Pot bellies. Anemia, pale mucosa. Anorexia, lack of appetite. Dehydration. Sclema of the lower jaw. 15a. Rip saw, cut along the grain of wood. Cross-cut saw, cuts across the grain of wood. B. Wood chisel, cutting grooves, chopping tough wood surface. Cold chisel, cutting thick sheets of metal. A. Conditions inside or outside the animal body which make it to contract a disease. B. Is the duration between the time of infection and the time the first symptoms show up. Section B. 20 marks. 17a. Tapeworm, tinea. By ingestion of bladder worm. E. Ingestion of eggs, proglottids, passed in human feces during grazing, feeding. C. Use of anthelmintics, deworming, to kill endoparasites. Proper hygiene in the unit. Proper use of latrines to prevent contamination by infected feces. Proper cooking of meat to destroy bladder worms. Use of clean feeders and caterers to prevent contamination. Use of clean feed and water to prevent contamination. 18a. Disc plow. B. H-beam. J. Lower link attachment points. C. Counteracts the thrust by the discs to balance the plow, helps to adjust the depth of plowing. D. The discs are able to roll over folding obstacles. 19. Sunflower 11/27 x 200 equals 81.48 kilograms. Maize germ 16/27 x 200 equals 118 kgs. 20a. Full mulching. B. 135. D. The notching is painful to the animal. Notched wounds cause secondary infections. Section C 40 marks. 21A. Provide the broody hen with a netting box which should be spacious to allow movement of the hen. Provide nesting material in the nesting box to maintain warmth. Provide the broody hen with 10 to 15 eggs. Keep the nest in a dry and well-ventilated area. Provide the hen with balanced feed and water. Dust the hen with appropriate insecticides to control external parasites. Allow the hen to go out at least once to exercise and feed. Do not disturb the hen when the eggs start hatching. B. Provide adequate floor space, feeders and waterers. Provide litter on the floor up to 15 centimeters deep. Maintain hygiene in the house and equipments. Provide growers mash ad lib. Provide plenty fresh water. Dust the birds with appropriate insecticides to control external parasites. Keep the litter dry to avoid dampness. Provide grit or oyster shells towards the end of grower's state at 12 weeks. Gradually introduce layers mash from the 16th week until it completely replaces grower's mash at 18th-19th week. Provide purchased roots. Provide greens, vegetables to make them busy. D. Human power working directly or utilizing their capacity of organization. Animal power, e.g. donkeys, oxen, camels for cultivation and transportation. Water power, e.g. driving. Electric power from geothermal, hydropower and nuclear station. Fossils, fuel, petroleum, coal, natural gas, etc. Tractor. 22I. Bacterial, virus. E. Calves, kids, lambs, piglets, poultry. 2 marks. D. Poor ventilation. Overcrowding. Age. Young animals. Diarrhea and other illness. Worms in the lungs. Dampness and chilliness. Sin pen. IV. Dullness. Loss of appetite. Starring coat. Emaciation. Rapid breathing. Fluctuating body temperature. V. Keep young animals to warm houses. Proper sanitation. Isolation. Deworming. Prevent drought. 22B. Concrete, slatted floor to facilitate cleaning. Spacious to allow exercise, feeding and watering. Single housing to prevent licking of one another, skin infections and spread of worms. Well lit to facilitate synthesis of vitamin D. Well drained to prevent dampness which predisposes the all to infection. Free form drafts. Solid wall on the windward side to prevent entry of cold winds. Leak proof to avoid dampness, wetness which encourages infection. Proper ventilation to allow fresh air circulation. Proper security to keep away intruders and wild animals. 23. Restlessness. Mounting others and stand still when mounted. Slight rise in temperature. Slight drop in milk yield. Vulva wells and becomes reddish. Clear and slimy mucus discharge from vagina, vulva. Frequent mooing, bellowing. 23. Suitable for pregnant and sick animals. Animals do not swallow the acaricide wash. Spraying is faster. It is less laborious. Acaricide wash is less wasted. Acaricide wash is not easily contaminated. C. Healthy animals grow fast and mature early. Animals give a longer productive life. Produce good quality products. Give maximum production performance. Prevent spread of disease. Healthy animals are economical to keep. D. Body size or weight of the animal. Large animals eat more food. Environmental conditions where the animals in cold areas require more food. Physiological condition of the animal. Lactating animals require more food. Level of production. High producers also require more food. Purpose for which the animal is kept. Animals kept as a pet require less food than the one kept for production or performance.